Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm here for Peter.
Well, you're in luck, Lil. Because guess who's here? Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Back again. Tell a friend.
Alright, kids. Welcome back to another episode of The Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Mrs. Fear herself. It is... There, we're getting some volume. Yes, all right, kids. That's right, because originally it's going to be a month, but now it's a week. Yes, today we're covering some Mr. Fear from Marvel Team Up number 92 and Web of Spider-Man number 63.
This feels like an end of the month type Spider-Man episode, but I'll let it slide.
What, a sausage fest? There's no Ben Riley here.
Something you guys discuss.
Hey, thank you for bringing that up. Hey, Justin, you said you were going to send... I didn't ask for it. Justin said you were going to send me feedback. I see no feedback in my inbox, so...
You leave Justin alone. He's busy.
I will let it slide because he's going to help us out in September, so Lilith can go to 69 rehab after summer of 69.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Oh my god,
Just mind your damn business. I'll be back when I feel like it.
Oh my god, she's leaving me forever. Don't go, Lil. Think of the kids.
You got the drops. They'll never know I was gone.
As long as you come back to me and the kids.
I love Batman.
Kids. He's older than all of us. Anyway, that's right, 2 months. All right. All right, so should we jump into these Mr. Fear issues?
Yeah, let's do it.
I was like, yeah, get me out of here. All right. Yes, the first one.
No, you picked two good stories, though.
Oh, thank you. All right, so yeah, the first one is Marvel Team Up number 92 from April 1980. Spider-Man and Hawkeye.
Lord, remember when Hawkeye was relevant? I do.
Oh, damn, burn.
That wasn't Kate Bishop, yeah.
The title was Fear.
Like, Daredevil wants his stick back?
Some versions of Mr. Fear were Daredevil enemy and will be again.
Yeah. Which we covered one, didn't we?
Yeah, Star Saxon, remember?
Yeah. I was like, I know I'm not tripping. We just did that.
Oh, yeah. Writer Stephen Grant. Thank you, Moon Knight. That's all. Every time I see Stephen Grant, I'm like, oh, Moon Knight. Okay. Penciler Carmine Infantino.
Hey, now.
Mm-hmm.
I know him. What's he doing here?
Getting some shekels. Inker Pablo.
He's on the wrong side of the pond, isn't he?
I know. Anytime I hear Carmine Infantino, the first thing I think about is the Flash.
Yep. I'm like, that don't sound right.
Getting some shekels off. Anchor Pablo Marcos. Colors Carl Gafford. Letterer John
Cuss. Can't stand you. Oh look, it's double your bang for the editors, so that's kind of makes me a little sad reading those names.
I know, look at that. 2 editors, Dennis O'Neil and Mark Grunwald. Oh man.
F in the chat most respectfully.
I mean, Stephen Grant did a good job, but I'm like, man, I wanted the issue written by these two.
Those two are just reading this and they don't want to jump in, really?
I'm sure they were probably busy, but can you imagine an issue written by Denny O'Neil and Mark Grunwald?
We could have had it all. I want to live in that timeline. We could have had it all.
Could almost had it all.
But no, this is a fun story.
All right. Yes. It is 11 p.m. as Spider-Man is web-slinging above Manhattan's theater district.
Flipping his way downtown.
Yeah, not tapping.
That's the other guy in the tight bodies.
Hey-oh. Noel's favorite. Suddenly, there's an explosion, and he descends to find an armored car blown open and a man with a bow and arrow running away. The man turns...
Well, it's literally only one man in the... Like, you can't confuse it. You know who it is. Don't be obtuse.
Oh, yeah, 1980. Yeah.
Yeah, don't be obtuse.
The man turns... Well, this might be someone's first comic. The man turns out to be Hawkeye, who recently quit the Avengers. No, he's thrown out.
As always.
He was, because...
No, he's always thrown out. That's
I
the
know.
joke.
It was one of those things where they had too many members, and it was just like, oh, the guy with the bow and arrows? Yeah, he's out.
I mean, logically, you think that's what they would do in the movies. No tea, no shade to Jeremy. Apparently, he's, like, the most chill dude out of everybody, but that ain't none of my business.
Maybe they'll start a West Coast Avengers.
With Kate Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
You're done. Get him out of here.
Jeremy Renner's like, wait a minute. They had a Mockingbird, Adrian Pilecki? Damn it!
Exactly.
Who's doing some good work on the Orville.
Okay, but listen, I just want to, shout out, Zoltan. He had a wax museum. You knew, and he's gonna pretend oh my god, why is it failing? It's a wax museum and it's not Madame Tussauds. That's why it's failing, okay?
Oh my, Burn.
I just have a lot of feelings about that. It's so random. That's just like Hal Jordan being a claim adjuster. What the hell is this?
The part of Mr. Fear tonight.
Whose sick obsession with wax museums snuck into this story?
The part of Mr. Fear tonight will be played by Vincent Price. When Spider-Man approaches Hawkeye, warns him to keep his distance. He stammers that he has weapons and won't let Spider-Man hurt him. Hell. I heard what you did to that blonde. I heard what you did to that blonde. When Hawkeye knocks an arrow, Spider-Man realizes that something is dreadfully wrong. He tries to calm him down, but Hawkeye says it is a trick and lets fly his arrow. Hell. But because he is trembling too much, the arrow misses.
Green Arrow would never, even with an arm missing, bitches. I'm just saying. Huntress would never, but she has her crossbow, so it doesn't count.
Oliver Queen has a strong mouth. Hail.
Just as Dinah. Hail.
Hail.
He has the opposite problem of Batman, you see.
Oh my.
If you know, you know.
Is that a sentient tongue?
Ray, Black Canary won't put up with that type of shenanigans.
Oh my. The arrow misses, so he flees once more. When Spider-Man catches him, Hawkeye prepares to load another arrow, so Spider-Man punches him in the jaw and he falls senseless to the ground.
Spider-Man is forever beating up on his elders, bro, but,
I got your medicine right here.
Right in the kisser.
Who is this, Lilith Hellfire?
Exactly.
I got
Where I get my behavior from? Oh my god.
I got a cure for you. Spider-Man knows that he did not hit him hard enough to knock him out. Rather, it seems as if Hawkeye fainted in terror.
This is Hawkeye slander, I tell you.
The vapors.
What does Stephen Grant have against freaking Hawkeye?
Oh!
I've got the vapors. Oh, good heavens!
By this time, the police arrive, so Spider-Man quickly carries Hawkeye to the roof of a building. The Archer slowly revives and apologizes for making a fool of himself. He explains that after the government forced him out of the Avengers, he found work as security chief for Cross Technological Enterprises.
Oh, come on.
Security guard. CTE was shipping some valuable cargo in the armored car and he was helping guard it when the explosion occurred. The driver was knocked out, but as the smoke cleared, Hawkeye confronted the thieves. All wore caution.
That's how he became deaf, kids. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa. No. No, it will be his first miniseries by Mark Grunwald. So.
Yes, I know.
Maybe that's why Grunwald was on here. He's like, I want to make sure you don't slander him too much.
Too much. Well, see, I will say there's a fine line between when you're writing Hawkeye slander. The ones that'll get the Hawkeye man, you want to say right under that line where it's going to piss off the Hawkeye fans and they come for you. So it's just, we all know he's kind of, we know Clint. We get it.
Did you read those?
But don't take it too far. Because he's our dirtbag.
Did you read those Grunwald issues yet? There's an early one in his run where there's a Captain America Hawkeye team up that's pretty fun.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've just been,
I forget if it's like three.
Listen, I'm watching The Office.
Yeah,
okay?
I know. It's like 3/7. It's like issue 317 or something. But yeah, there's like you'll see them both on the cover. It's pretty fun.
Okay, cool. I look forward to it.
It's like two issues or so before Scourge guns everybody down.
Damn it! It's always Scourge.
You know, that bar scene where he shoots down like 19 supervillains, which Charlie and I will be getting to, but it's a huge crowd.
Those are like my favorite 3 panels ever.
Turner D Centuries in that bar.
Yes, I know. We've discussed this at least several times, Philip.
Cathartic is just like 19 losers. Lilith like that. Lilith is like, talk about efficiency.
Exactly. But Castle could never.
No Hellfire's like, take out 19 X's in one shot? Damn. Justice is served. But before he could do anything, he became paralyzed with fear. With the gang's leaders' laughter ringing in his ears and fighting nausea, Hawkeye ran as fast as his legs could carry him. When he concludes his narrative, Hawkeye realizes that he must have inhaled a drug in the smoke, and Spider-Man comments that his description reminds him of Daredevil's old foe, Mr. Fear.
What is this, a Batman story? Sorry, Ray. You gotta admit the similarities.
Hey, man. He's on board.
It's either
Batman.
Joker or Scarecrow,
My favorite character.
know.
Oh, gassing you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batman. Yeah, Batman's rogue gallery is kind of gassy. There you go. It's then called Daredevil. Oh my god. Okay, next devil, we have to get to Daredevil number 1. All right, there's something that rubbed me the wrong way. All right, Mr. Hawkeye notices that his bow is missing, and Spider-Man apologizes for leaving it behind when the police came. There are plenty of bows at Hawkeye's Central Park West apartment. As he and Spider-Man walk through the door, the telephone rings.
Oh, Mr. Dreamman.
Oh my god. How much money is he making as a security guard?
We all know Clint low-key steals from the other Avengers when they're out of town. Look! It's my headcanon and somebody will confirm it eventually.
Oh no, he's knocking off drug dealers and stealing their money.
Touche.
It is Hawkeye's boss, Connors, calling to chew him out for letting CTE's cargo be stolen. Hawkeye promises to get it back, and Connors tells him that he is fired if he doesn't. After Hawkeye hangs up, he shakes a small tracer device out of his quiver. Just you hate when something small gets stuck in your quiver?
Couldn't relate, sorry.
Hey-o!
You come on, the drop speaks for itself, Phil. You know the drop.
Which one? You have 500.
Lilith likes it long.
Oh.
How dare you insult me?
I thought you were going to say muscle.
And my himbos.
I thought you were going to say.
I need some muscle and some meat.
Or, oh, no. I got you.
That's an awfully big rod he's got there.
Just in case something like this happened, he explains he bugged the cargo in the truck.
Hey, they have something in common.
I know, I was waiting for him to say, I put a Hawkeye tracer on it, and Spider-Man just go,
Hawkeye, no. He is not that eccentric as is to name his inventions after himself. Hell, he stops using trick arrows very shortly after this, doesn't he?
Yeah. What is with archers just like ripping people off? His experience with the Avengers taught him to trust his hunches, and he had a hunch that someone might try to steal it. Now with a new, but it didn't tell him to put a gas mask on. Now with a new bow and a fresh supply of arrows.
He doesn't have spider sense. Leave him alone.
Something's tingling.
He's got to see the doctor for that. That's a whole different bag of hammers, bud.
Take a look at my hammer, Doc.
It's a giant-sized man thing.
With a new bow and a fresh supply of arrows, he can't wait to take on Mr. Fear again. Then he switches on the tracer, and he and Spider-Man leap from his apartment window, heading east.
Spider-Man's like, I like this guy. He's got tracers. I like this guy.
He got tracers. He can swing. Hawkeye uses his wireline arrows to swing along, much like Spider-Man does with his webbing. Oh.
They're just vibing through the city. Blip, blip, blip.
Downtown. Meanwhile, Alan Fagin, now also known as Mr. Fear, relax.
Oh, oh. And if it's not Zoltan, I don't want it.
What's that? Wasn't he busy? Oh no, it would be decades before he made a movie.
Yeah. Zoltan Drago.
Don't mess with the Zoltan.
Oh, that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Adam Sandler movie, nice.
What would I do? Now also known as Mr. Fear, relaxes unmasked in his penthouse apartment overlooking the East River. Although he squandered his father's wealth and was thrown out of all his colleges, he muses he has something better.
Oh, Queen on Arrow? Is that you?
Burn. People won't laugh at him anymore because he can make them all deadly afraid of him, he gloats.
It's not funny anymore, is it?
And he owes it all to his uncle, Larry Cranston, who died and left him his costume and devices.
The bullied has become the bullier.
People feel fear whenever they're near my gas. Fagin says that he has the imagination to use the Mr. Fear identity in new and original ways. The radioactive isotope he stole tonight will allow him to construct a nuclear bomb and begin a reign of terror to bring all New York to its knees. Issues? Yes, they will all get on their knees for me. Yes.
Relatable.
Hey, old. Whoa, Lilith.
Suck.
As he examines the stolen container, he discovers Hawkeye's transmitter and crushes it contemptuously. If Hawkeye should show up here, vows Fagin, he and his men will take care of him. At that moment, outside Fagin's apartment building, Hawkeye tells Spider-Man that the transmitter has been destroyed. Unfortunately, he could not pinpoint where the isotope is. He suggests that Spider-Man starts at the top of the building and works down, while he works his way up. Hell. As Spider-Man climbs the building, he muses that Hawkeye is not as calm as he pretends to be. If Mr. Fear scares him again, he could break. Hawkeye, meanwhile, wishes Spider-Man were off the case because he wants to prove he can stand on his own 2 feet.
Spoilers, he can't.
Oh, burn. He learns from the doorman that the resident of the penthouse suite returned from a costume party some time ago, and his costume fits Mr. Fear's description. Oh, yeah, that fancy
Just
man.
walking through the lobby like that? Okay.
Man, talk about ego, man.
I am God.
Oh!
I am God.
I was going to say, I thought we're talking about ego. I thought you were going to be like...
We're doing me now?
We're not talking about superior puss. He'll never hear this.
So I'm walking about... I'm walking around just like Gwen Poole. So what?
Yeah.
Let me explain your comic books to you that you write. What? With any luck, thinks Hawkeye, he will get to him before Spider-Man does. But Spider-Man, staring at the top of the building, reaches the penthouse first. As Spider-Man enters through an open window, Fagin quickly puts on
Just like a real spider would.
Oh, he does whatever a spider can. Okay. Fagin quickly puts on his mask and orders his 3 henchmen to stop him. Okay, now we're in a Batman 66 episode. Okay.
I mean, you've seen those Spider-Man cartoons, the earlier ones.
Yes. Get me a picture of Spider-Man, please. But Spider-Man disarms them and webs them up. Mr. Fear taunts him, so he lets him take a free swing, and Fear nearly breaks his hand. Yeah, man, now you're trying to punch someone with super strength. Biatch.
Exactly.
But then Fear commands Spider-Man to cringe. In seconds, Spider-Man becomes a gibbering wreck, cowering in the corner. As Fear's henchmen recover, he explains that he injected Spider-Man with fear poison using the ring on his finger. Remember this ring, kids. When he punched him. Usually all he needs is gas. He continues, but a man of Spider-Man's power required a full strength dose. Now they shall conduct an experiment, he says. How many injections can Spider-Man take before he dies?
Oh my.
Who is this, Little Hellfire? Suddenly, a flare explodes outside the window and Hawkeye swings into the apartment. Before Fear can act, Hawkeye shatters the ring with an arrow and takes out one of the henchmen. The other two jump him, but he easily knocks them out. This is a modern comics, because instead of just taking out that ring with an arrow, he would have put the arrow right through their hand and be like, F you.
I mean, it's what we've grown accustomed.
It'd be funny if it was something really sharp. You could just take the whole hand off and be like, pfft. Then Mr.
That's something Taskmaster would do.
Then Mr. Fear will go, you should have went for the head. When the first henchman tries to flee, Hawkeye wraps a wire-line arrow around his legs and sends him sprawling to the floor. Fear himself, however, manages to slip away. Then as Hawkeye helps Spider-Man to his feet, gas begins to enter the room through an air vent. Hawkeye plugs it with a putty arrow, but gas continues to pour into the room through other vents. Putty? Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Thank you. Then steel shutters cover the doors and windows, making the room airtight. A noxious fog permeates the room, clinging to Spider-Man and Hawkeye. When the room is unsealed and after the gas dissipates, Mr. Fear enters to find Spider-Man and Hawkeye withering in terror.
You know what? They definitely use gases too much in comic books, because we literally just talked about a freaking Batman book where he needed a gas mask.
Well, I think back in the day, it's just like, that's a way of like, oh, hey, it's a death trap, but we don't have to show like violence and.
Jeez, man.
I don't know if it's like a comics code thing, maybe.
Maybe.
Fear's henchmen are in the room as well, but Fear does not care. Such men are easily replaced.
Damn.
Who is this little hellfire?
These hoes ain't loyal.
But as Fear confidently approaches the two crime fighters, Hawkeye suddenly shoots an arrow at him. He held his breath, says Hawkeye. Surely,
You think you are Superman? Get the hell out of here.
Surely Fear did not think Hawkeye would be so stupid as to fall for the same trick twice in one night. Don't call him Shirley.
I mean, it's Clint, so...
Oh. Yeah, but maybe Spider-Man was like, hold your breath, dummy. But Fear replies that his gas is absorbed through the pores of his skin as well as through the lungs. A slower process, but ultimately just as effective. Suddenly, waves of terror pass over Hawkeye. He tries to fight the emotion, but this leaves him vulnerable to Fear's fists.
Ew.
That's
My
Lilith.
dicks can relate.
That's Lilith, man. Spider-Man is also affected and is unable to help. Slowly, Fear forces Hawkeye back to the balcony and then knocks him over the edge. Seeing Hawkeye plunging to his death galvanizes Spider-Man. With a powerful effort of will, he throws off his paralyzing terror and attacks the criminal. Hawkeye, meanwhile, is infuriated at having been suckered. He lost his bow in the battle, but as he falls, he removes a flare arrow from his quiver. The rocket in it should be strong enough to lift his weight, he thinks. Holding on to the arrow, he sets it off, and it arrests his fall and slowly pulls him back to Mr. Fear's apartment. Calluses from years of bow shooting keep his hands from being too badly burned. Yeah, from bow shooting.
I'm Mr. Lonely.
Why do you have so many calluses more on your right hand than your left, sir? Man, no wonder
He doesn't believe in stranger danger. It's fine.
And no wonder he marries a mockingbird within days of meeting her. Hawkeye slams into Fear with both feet, quickly ending the battle against Spider-Man. The police soon arrive to remove Fear and his henchmen. Unfortunately, they also need the isotope container as evidence. Hawkeye says he will gladly let Connors bail it out. After the police leave, Spider-Man re-enters the apartment from outside. Hawkeye asks him why he did not want his due share of the credit, and Spider-Man replies that he recently got out of trouble with the police and would like to keep it that way. When he thought Fear had killed Hawkeye, he continues, he was able to shake off the feeling of terror. Shake it off. And Hawkeye says that the same thing happened as he was falling. He simply did not have the time to be afraid. They agree that Fear's big mistake was not realizing that there are better and stronger emotions than fear.
No, there's not. That's bullcrap.
Oh my. Come on, Lilith, there's other emotions. Well.
You're either angry or you're horny. I don't accept anything else. Nothing else is valid.
I don't know whether to be excited or horny or both.
Exactly.
See? Oh yeah, Alan mentions how the original Mr. Fear, his uncle, had died. This happened in Daredevil 91.
Thank you, Mark and Denny.
Oh my god, so it's like, yeah, because Star Saxon died in issue 50-something. Oh my god, so like every couple of years, Daredevil's just like knocking off Mr. Fear. It's like, oops, he slipped.
It's like hobgoblins at this point.
It's like, I check your third Mr. Fear. Oh, he slipped.
Give him the old Batman.
Mm-hmm. I think Daredevil was the original Mr. I'm not going to kill you, but oops,
Sure, bro.
Oops, he slipped. Oh, you learned my identity? Oops, he slipped.
You know, at this point, honestly, I think if Batman went back to killing, nobody would even bat an eye, bro.
Oh, please, there's Snyder Bros who will be like, yes.
Finally!
Exactly, we're vindicated. Seriously. So what did you think of this one?
It's not as wacky as a Mr. Fear story can be, and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty straightforward. Although, and this is classic Marvel team-up, formula, too.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing here?
I'm like, is that why they eventually... I mean, it went 150 issues, but is that why they got rid of Marvel Team Up after a while? It's like, well, how many coincidental times can Spider-Man just swing past...
But, this is the gag, though. They admit that it's New York, there's all these heroes, but just when it's, super convenient, everybody's in space.
I know.
Everybody's somewhere else.
Well, at least it makes sense with Hawkeye. He's not going to be in space.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, that would be the funniest issue if, Spider-Man swinging by, he sees two different battles going on, and it's like, who should I team up with this month?
Bro, I want that on the cover. Or, it's the last page of, you decide.
No,
Call in, kids.
I was going to say, Denny was an editor. Let's do a 900 number. It's like, who should I help? Should I help Hawkeye, or should I help whoever else
And
is
Hawkeye dies for 30 years. And this is why they won't let us be editors, Phil.
I know. All right, should we get to the second one?
Sure, a little Web of Spider-Man action. We haven't covered it. Like I said, Web of Spider-Man is you and Ray's thing at the end of the month, but I'll allow it this one time. Also, Marvel team-ups are kind of your guys' thing. You do a lot of those.
What?
Don't you? I swear I see Marvel team-up on the list all the time.
Or Spider-Man Team Up. That was the 90s book.
Okay.
All right, so... Well, we jump ahead 10 years to Web of Spider-Man number 63 from April 1990.
So
April 1990. We did Web of Spider-Man 69. Shut up.
I know, but I still have to say it. It's an obligation, bud.
And no matter what it looks like on the cover, the Punisher does not appear in this issue.
Oh.
I mean, look, you got a skull in the background. It says "Fearful Punishment."
Bait and switch. Bait and switch.
Can you imagine someone came for the Punisher? They're like, Mr. Fear.
It is Jerry Conway and Alex Savio.
That's right. Writer Jerry Conway, penciler Alex Savio, inker Keith Williams, colorist Bob Sharon, letterer Rick Parker, and editor Jim Salicrup.
What they got for old Jim? Another one of those names. Aww.
Clouds from a Distant Storm. Betty Brant has come to visit the graves of her brother Bennett and her husband Ned Leeds.
It was me, Petey!
Because remember, she got quite a number of dead bodies on her tab.
Relatable. Shut your mouth.
I'm thinking maybe January we might have to do a Betty Brant month.
The real Black Widow.
Exactly. Maybe start with the death of her brother and I'll pick some wacky stuff.
I'm glad she decided to keep a pause on Flash.
She is still struggling to stop blaming Spider-Man for their deaths and has been making great inroads toward her mental health by seeing a therapist. However, she still struggles to balance what her mind knows and what her heart feels.
You know what make you feel better? Guns and pouches.
Exactly. They were giving out that prescription all through the 90s. Oh, God. Betty's visit is interrupted by Alan Fagan.
Boo.
I think they were like,
Get him out of here.
it's been 10 years. No one remembers this guy. Who has come to visit the grave of his uncle, Larry Cranston.
Cranston.
Seeing that Betty is distressed, he offers to invite her out for coffee.
Oh, no. Kratzenberg's in this one. Boo.
Yes. She tries to decline, but she is pricked by a needle on the end of his ring, and suddenly she becomes agreeable to everything that Fagin asks. See, guys, doesn't have to be big, man. She agreed to even after the small prick.
What kind of Cosby behavior is this?
Gave her the small prick. I know, man. That's what I was thinking. I was like, Dr. Cosby? That's right. He's just using her for revenge. Meanwhile, okay, here we go. Meanwhile, Peter Parker has set up a photo shoot for a public service announcement for the Daily Bugle. This is the thing that Joe Robertson was all mad about, kids.
As he should be.
Since he is appearing in the photo as Spider-Man, he has his wife Mary Jane take the photo. Again, always gets his women to take the photo. Jeez.
Because they're better at it than him.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, it's always going to be better when it's not just like webbed up to the wall and automatic. Yeah. Peter feels ridiculous, but Mary Jane takes his mind off of it by having a romantic moment.
My head candy, she flashes him, but it's fine.
What? She flashes him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did that in a McFarlane issue. Hell yeah. See what you did to us? See what you did to our childhood time, McFarlane? Oh, you're still so hot with those mannequins standing there. Who is she? Saddam Hussein? Yeah, that guy's me hot. As the
you know what? I'm telling Dan, you're banned from South Park. She needs to block.
Oh, A2 Lilith Hellfire. 11:30. That dog's slamming that paw down on the remote.
Like enough.
It's gonna rot your brain. Oh boy. As the pair kiss, Nick Katzenberg is snapping photos from the rooftop skylight. Oh my. And again, that spider sense letting him down. Katzenberg has been trying to find out how Peter Parker got all the exclusive photos of Spider-Man and decided to spy on him, taking pictures of the intimate moment below. Hey-oh. The sleazy tabloid photographer is enjoying every moment of this. Oh boy. Peter...
Shouldn't his spider sense have gone off? But
That's what I said! What happened to that damn spider sense?
Psychosomatic.
Yeah. Peter and Mary Jane are interrupted by a sudden phone call from Betty Brant. Betty tells Peter that she is afraid and needs Spider-Man's help, asking him to get the wall crawler to meet her at a mansion in the Jersey Palisades. That hive of scum and villainy. Shouldn't Peter have been like, this is a trap. That whole state is a supervillain hideout. What?
I don't even know what Miss Marvel's doing there. Get her out of there.
Maybe the rent's cheap. I don't know.
Like Gotham?
Yeah, exactly. The Gotham, the whole city's rent controlled.
There's a little bit of that now, but that ain't my business. Actually, it's all of our business.
That's right. Yeah, Jersey Palisades, hive of scum and villainy. Peter assures her that
he's like, don't worry, help is on the way.
Let me just pull out of this situation and get my buddy Spider-Man. Oh my god. Kid was in the middle of something, man. He's got some sexual frustration to burn off. Oh.
Somebody's getting thrown out of a window.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't want.
He just slams his fist on the table. Damn it!
Oh my god, Mr. Fear's getting hit right in the face with that blue sack.
Not in the face.
He's like, what did I do?
You interrupted.
He hit him right in the face with that sack.
Yeah, unaware that she is a prisoner, Mr. Fear. When he hangs up, he tells Mary Jane that he needs to help Betty. While up on the roof, Nick Katzenberg is caught peeping by Harry Osborn. Oh my god.
It's like, well, wait a minute. What are you doing here?
All of
I'm peeping, and you see me. What are you doing here, Harry?
All of a sudden, it's just like a creep convention. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I saw something on TikTok. Don't judge me. It was like they were talking about like why in Spider-Man the No Way Home or whatever, Harry couldn't find the Osborn corpse, and somebody says because they're black.
Oh.
Well, there's been a rumor that they're making the Osborns black, so he didn't want to talk about it. Now he's gonna have the waves for real without it being weird.
Oh, did you see that supposedly there's a rumor that they might be looking at Giancarlo Esposito for Professor X?
I thought it was Magneto.
Oh, I thought...
It makes more sense. Look, listen, I'm right there with you. It makes more sense for for Professor X, but listen, that man plays a villain so effing good.
Well, as we point out,
He'll make the nerd boys forget that he's not white.
Well, as you're always pointing out, isn't Professor X a villain?
Bro, if they actually confirmed him for Professor X, that would absolutely make him the villain. That's what I was saying. I literally left that comment. I was like, Professor X, yeah, because somebody said he would make a better Professor X, so.
Oh my god, but if he did Magneto, I mean, we could update that origin. It's like, yeah, it wasn't Nazis in World War II.
He was a Tuskegee Airman, damn it. No.
Or no, just like update, just
anything.
We always have racists, unfortunately, so it's like.
Yeah.
We never seen the run out.
Funny how that works.
Mm-hmm. But yes, he's caught. Nick is.
Not funny, haha. Funny.
Sonny, oh god. But yeah, Katzenberg is caught by Harry Osborn. However, when Harry confronts Nick, he strikes Harry in the head with his camera and flees the scene. Isn't that stuff expensive?
Listen, honestly, Harry was funding Peter's lifestyle for a while. We don't judge. We don't talk about it. Just...
But I'm like, you really want to bounce an expensive camera off those cornrows?
My fetish is to get touched by a white man with cornrows.
They were strong, bro. They broke that camera.
It was about another movie. It was about to start on that roof. Jeez. While Harry is recovering from the blow to his head, he doesn't. Got
donkey punched. Oh my god!
I know. Well, he tried, and you were unsuccessful.
Try to donkey punch me now, bitch.
He doesn't notice when Spider-Man slips out of the skylight and web slings away. So much. Meanwhile, Peter knew nothing when this was going on.
He's just like, making my way downtown, flipping fast, and I'm homebound. He's just happy-go-lucky. He has no clue.
But Harry was like, he mentions he was up there to like fix the TV antenna. I'm just like, come on. You're supposed to have your kid up there holding it, remember?
It is Jersey.
No, this is New York, but yeah, but yeah, you're supposed to have your child hold it. I don't care if it's thunderstorming or not.
We're doing me now?
Oh, this one is the professor. Somebody was mad. Oh, who did they say they wanted for? They said they wanted some black guy for Magneto too, and I'm just like, you can't have the fanboys are gonna kill you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I saw them. They said him for Professor X, and then Magneto was trending. So I don't know who they were mentioning for Magneto. But yeah, I guess they were already showing stuff from X-Men '97 at Comic-Con.
Yeah, because he's gonna be the leader or whatever. Because that's where it left off. If you don't remember.
Oh, Magneto.
Yeah, those crazy shenanigans at the end of that last.
Yeah,
season.
I did see that. Yeah,
that Magneto costume.
Yeah, one of the images they put up was that '80s that purple '80s costume. Yeah, with the big M on it.
Yeah, no,
Frank. It's an Easter egg, but it's like, nah, we don't need that. Meanwhile,
they bring back the Juggernaut.
The effing Juggernaut.
Well, it's gonna be on Disney.
I don't know. I saw people were in uproar because they're putting Deadpool and Logan on Disney Plus.
Oh, also, no tea, no shade. They put the AKA back in AKA Jessica.
Yes. I
was like, interesting, Mouse. What are you up to?
So if we're redoing titles, I'm thinking, Jessica Jones will be back.
Oh, my Kristen Ritter can actually be a Disney princess. I'm so happy.
Live her life like Jessica Jones.
Honestly, I'm starting to think that Bendis knows somebody that I don't. Honestly,
oh, give Lilith her shekel.
Damn straight.
Oh my god! You're gonna be like Kramer instead of the Peterman reality tour. You're gonna be like, I'm the real Jessica Jones.
Exactly.
You get it? Yeah, $35.80 for a Snickers bar. Or a Milky Way bar.
Yeah. It's a mini Milky Way. I will give you full size. Hello.
Hey-oh! I can see Lilith with the bus. Turn music off. Meanwhile, Betty...
Alexa's for.
Hey-oh. Meanwhile, Betty Brant is falling victim to the hallucinogenic effects of Mr. Fear's gas. Oh, God. Drugs women and gases them.
Yeah, I don't like this guy.
She sees her brother Bennett get shot, but this time the gunman is Spider-Man. When she asked... Oh, God, floating heads of guilt. When she asked the wall crawler, suddenly grows a horrific grin.
That's the cover.
Venom would like his shtick back. He tells her that Bennett...
Well, it's not a sentient tongue. He's okay.
Yeah, I know.
We'll allow it.
He tells her that Bennett got in the way and he tries to shoot her. However, the bullet passes harmlessly through her and hits her late husband, Ned Leeds.
We won't even go there.
Unsuccessful.
I'm not saying she's a groomer, but
I was going to say unsuccessful penetration. What? Betty blames Spider-Man.
now that's a Freudian slip.
Oh my god. Okay, internet. This is mine. Freudian slip it in.
Nice.
Betty blames Spider-Man.
Freud scholars would approve.
Thank you. Betty blames Spider-Man for killing everyone who means anything to her and that she will be next. Crying out in fear, Betty's...
No, this hallucination literally birthed, I need guns and pouches. I need guns and pouches.
Exactly. Betty's hallucination ends and she is comforted by Mr. Fear. He begins to assure her that he is the man who will finally protect her and keep her safe. Talk about your groomers.
Oof.
There you go. We need a story where Mr. Fear starts like his own cult, you know.
Stockholm Syndrome.
You know, him and Allison Mack.
Only I can make that joke as a Smallville.
I watched Smallville from day one. Shut up.
But did you finish?
Yes.
Okay.
Always, Little Hellfire. Come on.
I'm gonna use that as a drop, Phil.
That's my secret, Little Hellfire. I always finish.
That's why you're so nice. Okay, that's fine. That's nice. You're not like Pete with all this pent up sexual aggression.
It's like the contest.
Why are all his freaking foes, like, most of his foes are old? Can we just talk about it?
Oh, yeah, elder abuse. I know.
You know what? It's because he can't freaking kill Aunt May. That's what he's really secretly pissed about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been you, Aunt May.
That and between that and Otto back in the day trying to bone Aunt May. Yeah, he's got issues with old men.
I actually want an issue where he's like, some days I just really wish it was you and not Uncle.
Oh, burn!
He gives her a heart attack and she freaking dies. Somebody give me my vindication, damn it.
Maybe that's what Peter did in the current books. He tried to give her a heart attack.
And Mephisto's like, no, you keep that old bag up there.
Uncle Ben's having his uncle.
Turn the cinder.
Uncle Ben's having his uncle parties down there.
Exactly.
She is warned that Spider-Man is coming to get her, but he will protect her. When he hands her a gun...
Oh no, Betty's got a gun!
That starts the whole thing.
She liked the feel of it, that's all I'm saying.
Hey-oh!
Cold, hard metal in the hand.
Would you like to be alone, Little Hellfire?
Responsible gun ownership is sexy.
That's right.
Responsible!
That's right. She resists, so Mr. Fear sprays her with another dose of fear gas to make her comply. With Betty totally in his thrall, Mr. Fear gloats that he will finally get revenge against Spider-Man after the Wallcrawler and Hawkeye defeated him in the past. See a few minutes ago.
And I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
Man, so he's really been plotting for like 10 years.
Oh, man.
He muses about how he started visiting his uncle's grave since his release from prison, not knowing why. Since he saw and recognized Betty Brant, he realizes that it must have been fate. It wasn't that he recognized her. I think he said he was walking through the cemetery, and he's like, I heard this woman just blathering on about Spider-Man, so I was like, oh, okay. Here's some bait.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
You hate Spider-Man? Me too. Later, Spider-Man arrives on the scene, and his spider sense begins tingling instantly.
Tingling.
It's like Little Hellfire when there's young men in the bar.
It's ting-ting-tingling, ting-ting-tingling.
Oh, God. Smashing through a window.
Smash it!
I love it's like an abandoned, like, boarded up house, and, like, Peter's like, oh my God, is Betty living here? Have things gotten this bad?
Is it me? Am I the villain?
No. Aunt May's like, how can anyone not like you? I know, it seems preposterous.
Meanwhile, Eddie Brock's on the line. A whole line. Vulture's on the line. Shocker's definitely on the line.
You know why Venom hated Spider-Man, right? Took his astronaut pen. But yes, he arrives on the scene and his spider sense begins buzzing instantly. Smashed through a window, the Wallcrawler barely avoids a blade on a pendulum. Oh, God. What a fancy man. When he lands on the floor, he is sprayed in the face with a dose of fear gas. Man, Dutch oven and everybody. Alright, suddenly the floor gives out and Spider-Man begins to panic, but manages to save himself with a web line. As he tries to shake off the effects of the gas, Mr. Fear attacks him. The blow sends the web slinger smashing through the wall, sending him into the same room as Betty. Mr. Fear tells Betty that this is the man who destroyed her life and destroys him and should destroy him while she has the chance. Finally recognizing Mr. Fear and remembering that he uses gases to manipulate his victim's emotions, Spider-Man fights the effects as he fights Mr. Fear. However, his blow sends Mr. Fear into a load-bearing wall, causing part of the ceiling to collapse.
It's always that damn load-bearing wall.
Unleashing more fear gas. Oh my god, the whole house is burning. Spider-Man begins to panic again. Mr. Fear resumes his attack. He tries to force Spider-Man down the hole in the floor in the hopes that he will drown in the waters below. Yeah, 'cause we're on a cliff, kids. Mr. Fear becomes overconfident when he tries to make Spider-Man fear his impending death. However, the wall crawler stopped fearing that years ago and throws Mr. Fear over his shoulder. Fear manages to grab one of the support beams, preventing himself from falling into the water. He curses himself for his inexperience and wishes there was some sort of school he could learn how to be a villain. Yeah, go see Mysterio. As Spider-Man recovers, Betty confronts him with her gun. Hail. Mr. Fear goads her to open fire. Spider-Man tries to talk Betty out of doing anything she might regret later, while Fear continues to goad her. Ultimately, Spider-Man wins as Betty shoots the floor, breaking Mr. Fear's grasp, and he falls into the water below. And we do get Mr. Fears again, but I'm trying to remember, Alan Fagan might be done.
Oh, you know what made me tangentially think of this? If you ever get mad at Charlie, what you should do for Avengers Declassified, Hank McCoy May, because he was a secret Avenger.
Oh, I mean,
he came back when that just reminded me because when Bennett comes back or whatever, that whole thing back in like Venom Volume 2.
Yeah. Oh, Hank McCoy was an Avenger back in the 70s and 80s. Yeah.
I know, but like that is like they pushed it.
Oh, do the bad one. Okay.
Yeah. Although he would like that one.
Yeah, he likes some weird stuff. Spider-Man confronts Betty until the effects of the fear gas begin to wear off. When he offers his shoulder to lean on, Betty refuses. She tells Spider-Man that she has leaned on the shoulders of men her entire life and that she needs to learn to stand up for herself. Here's where the gun comes into play. As she comes to this realization, she notices that the storm that has been raging all night has come to an end and the clouds are starting to part.
Betty's got a gun.
Symbolism, kids.
Betty's got a gun.
Alright, and just for those of you who are wondering, while in his private darkroom, Nick Katzenberg muses about when he sold his first photo to a divorce lawyer, he has always dreamed of finding the perfect blackmail picture. As he develops a photo of Peter Parker removing his Spider-Man mask, Katzenberg thinks that he has finally hit the jackpot.
You just hit the jackpot, Tyler.
Exactly.
A one-way ticket to death. Off
Hey,
a skyscraper.
Oh god, there's notes on this one, kids. At the time of this story, Betty believes that her brother Bennett was killed during a fight between Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus way back in Amazing Spider-Man 11. However, unknown to her...
Fast forward 90,000 years.
However, unknown to her, Bennett had survived and he will resurface in Venom 21. Her husband, Ned Leeds, was killed while on assignment in Europe, as seen in Spider-Man vs. Wolverine #1.
Random. That was so random. I'm not even gonna...
Oh, that's right. Cranston does come back. Oh no, the uncle comes back. Larry Cranston was the third man to wear the costume of Mr. Fear. At the time of this story, he seemingly perished battling Daredevil in Daredevil 90 and 91. Cranston also cheated death, reappearing in Over the Edge #1.
Nobody stays dead except for Uncle Ben, because he wants to.
Mary Jane refers to herself as a former model. This is due to the fact that her career...
Damn Jonathan Caesar.
Oh,
that man.
And of course, yes, Fagan clash with Spider-Man in Marvel Team Up 92. Thoughts, Lilith?
I mean, this is like... Spider-Man's world's falling apart in this issue, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get none from Mary Jane. Nick Katzenberg is Katzenberg to the Pete Katzenberg.
Oh, well, at least the Katzenberg's stupid enough that he's just like... Oh, hey, hey, look, Peter Parker faked a picture instead of, oh, hey, Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
It's the Superman effect. Don't worry about it.
Well, again, Jonah and Robbie, too, are just like, oh, you faked the picture, instead of, oh, hey, he's Spider-Man. Because, again, how many times did he has to be unmasked as Spider-Man before they're like, oh, hey, maybe he's Spider-Man?
Or maybe he is just doing it for the money.
Maybe.
Like, wouldn't that just be, like, he's not even really Spider-Man?
Because, I mean, speaking of that first year of Spider-Man, remember when Doc Ock knocks him out and unmasks him, and they're like, oh, he's just a teenager. He can't be Spider-Man.
Exactly.
So, I know we have a time constraint here. Did you read any new Spider-Man books?
I did. The only one that matters.
Which one would that be? Oh. Well, I didn't have main book this week. I had Miles Morales, New Fantastic Four, and the last issue of Savage Spider-Man.
Oh, Miles Morales, I read.
Yeah,
I
Miles
don't
wasn't...
know what week it is, bro. Don't mind.
I know. No, Miles wasn't bad. I mean, it's better than some of the last couple ones.
Yeah, no, it is.
But again, we're still doing the whole multiversal thing, and
I just, like,
because
we got Prowler back, but, like, at what cost?
yeah.
I think that this multiverse storyline is too high energy all the time. Like, we don't have downtime.
Exactly. That's the problem with writing trades.
I know. I understand that you guys like the concept of nonstop Spider-Man, but guess what? It stops, so you can too. I want some emotional resonance for this kid. Like, why does the black kid have to be, just in one mess to the other? Can he have some downtime? Can he rest, please?
Again, is it just the point of, oh, hey, Into the Spider-Verse was popular, so let's do...
It wasn't this damn popular. This is not what we really want.
It's
we
like,
want Miles to actually be up there with Peter's name.
I know. Well, and it's like, hey, there's another movie coming next year, but it's like, yeah, Across the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse was popular, yeah, like 4 years ago.
It's just the thing that it really bothers me with Miles. They will do any and everything with Miles, but make an actual good story.
Well, I don't know. Well, you're not reading Savage Avengers, right?
No.
The end of the issue last week, like, there's been a Deathlock stalking Conan, and at the end, like, they're able to, like, turn on, the personality of whoever got made into a Deathlock in the future. And guess who it was? Miles Morales.
Doesn't even make sense, but okay.
I know. But, I mean...
This is what I mean. They'll do any and everything with Miles.
They're
it's like... Ben Riley's over there getting stooped by Madeline Pryor, so I mean...
Hey-oh.
Clearly you could do something with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's hitting Scott Summers' leftovers. Come on.
Hey-oh.
Come on! No offense.
Pretty much every Summers Brothers leftovers. Hey-oh.
Ooh, and Wolverine.
Oh. No, not Gene. Did Wolverine get with Madeline?
I feel like he did.
Probably
could have just been something on my hard drive.
Probably wanted to, yeah. I was going to say, I know at least Scott and Alex. So.
Oh, no. You're right. Because he was like, I want the real thing. Yeah.
He don't want that. He don't want that off. He don't want that generic brand. Come on.
He doesn't want store brand.
I don't do generic, Bob. I always buy name brand.
Genuine
Superior puss.
Yeah. So we're slowing down on and that Venom Lethal Protector. I guess I can talk about it. That was this week.
No.
Okay.
I think it was last week. Yeah.
Was it?
No. Unless you're ahead of me, but yeah, no.
No, I thought it was this week. But okay.
Yeah, but what? So what are you thinking about it so far?
They're trying to make him an actual hero, not even an anti-hero, but a hero.
Yeah, and it's like the era they're writing in the 90s. It's like, no, he was a villain at this point.
I'm just like, Lethal Protector's right in the title. But, and, no shade to David. It's probably some weird editorial mistake. I mean, it's an okay story, but it's like, why are we going back to this well if you're totally changing it?
Yeah, it's not even like when he actually got to his miniseries. It was more like, oh, hey, I'm going to kill Spider-Man, but right now I'm a little busy, so...
Although I do kind of like the whole gimmick with the Venom symbiote, like really pushing limits of his body and stuff, like that aspect.
Yeah.
Because it gives Lethal Protector double on.
Okay, real quick before we gotta get out of here. Yeah, they wrapped up Savage Spider-Man real quickly, so yeah, I think they knew. But on the like the editor's page at the end of it, they said in a few months we're getting a new miniseries, Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man by Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas.
Can you insert crickets here? Because that's how I feel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
think I want to give that one a chance? I don't get it.
Deadly
That's not what I... Listen. I read Venom and Carnage for 2 different reasons other than I read Spider-Man. I do not... He is not Batman. You cannot have the evil version of Spider-Man.
I'm like,
he is not the Spider-Man who laughs, okay? He is not White Knight Spider-Man.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, is this going to be like a what if where someone else gets bitten by that spider? I'm like, what the hell?
It's the only way I will allow it, to be honest.
Is this going to be the 50th version of, oh, hey, Flash Thompson got bit by that radioactive spider?
Flash wouldn't even be evil. Like, we know Flash now. We know that to not be true. He would absolutely, honestly, he would absolutely murder this.
Oh, no. Brock gets bitten by the spider.
I don't think we're doing that either, though.
I
don't know what it is, but I don't think it's that.
I know.
It's going to be Peter.
We'll have to see.
He might finally tap into his rage that he's had for parent abandonment. I guess that's his court issue or whatever.
Tapping into that rage.
I'm saying, I think that's probably what that story is going to be.
We'll see.
Taboo, like, Black Eyed Peas haven't been a thing in 2 decades. Is it just me?
Well, I don't know if he's like, I don't know if he wants to try to get into comics maybe, because didn't he do like that Werewolf by Night not too long ago? There's like an update with like a new character being Werewolf by Night, so.
Somebody get Ray off on.
I think Charlie was reading it. That's the only reason I heard it, because I saw no one talking about that except for Charlie.
Core audience reached that.
I was gonna say it was a Charlie book, yeah.
Like when we're reading some of the same indie stuff, I have to like check my. Is it me? Am I the villain?
But I'm just like, why are we changing up who Werewolf by Night is? Is he even that well known that you got to change it up? It's
just in case. Just in case.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. Ever since, we've ended our weekly Spider-Man work, I felt so lost.
I know. Again, it seemed like they did more with Ben Reilly than they're doing for Peter for the 60th anniversary. I mean,
they should.
I mean, Ben
and then they freaking double crossed again.
Ben was like showing up in other books and stuff, and I'm just like, shouldn't Peter be all over like the Marvel universe for 60th anniversary?
And how much is that? 900. Number 900.
Was it a $10 book?
Yeah, I want to say it was a $10.
But yeah, I know it is oversized. So.
Okay. I mean, that's what we've been building up to all year, and like just like all the hype has died down, and I don't know what happened. I don't know who stole his thunder, but it's gone.
Oh yeah.
And I think for me though, mostly like the Spider Universe is kind of dying between the treatment of Gwen and Miles and no Mary Jane or Black Cat book.
Yeah, they need to do something.
It's like, God, what happened? We were living through a Spider-Man renaissance and we didn't even know. We didn't appreciate what we had.
I mean, is it like the X-Men thing? It's like, I mean, bro, you have the flagship, and all of a sudden, we're not doing anything really major with it. It's like for the 60th. Oh, we got Amazing 900 and Amazing Fantasy 1000. Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
And
I'm sorry. I don't. It's a cheat.
It's a way to milk it. It's. All right, should we get out of here?
Let's do it. We got a whole other show to do. Let's do it.
That's right. We got to talk to Chichester. Check that out.
Chichester chats.
All right, kids. So next week we're going to be starting some She-Hulk. So we're going to talk Marvel Team Up 107.
Talk about Hulk smash.
Hey-oh. Marvel Team Up 107 and Sensational She-Hulk number 3. Ooh, and then in 2 weeks, She-Hulk number 4 from 2004 and Avenging Spider-Man number 7. Avenging, get it? He was an Avenger? Hell.
That's not the flex you think it is.
I know. And then, we get an extra week this month. So yeah, then after that, we'll do Marvel Team Up 11 through 13 from 2005. And then we'll round out the month with the Sausage Fest, Sensational Spider-Man 6, Amazing Spider-Man 413, and Daredevil 354. And then it's September. Charlie Esser will be here to...
I disavow any knowledge of what will go down.
Charlie Esser will be here to fill in for September. Charlie will be here to fill in for Little Hellfire. Well, at least we always have the Sausage Fest, so we only have to do 3 episodes. All right, kids. So yeah, we'll be talking plenty of Superior Spider-Man and Frogman. So. All right, kids, so send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Ultimate Spidercast on Facebook, on Twitter. Join the Web of Spider-Man Facebook fan group, now at 3.8, I believe, K. Find links to all the various social medias and all the Facebook fan groups. The YouTube channel, everything we do goes up there eventually, including our recent interview with Jackson Lanning and Colin Kelly live from Comic-Con. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of it. You can watch it.
They were absolutely horrible.
Oh yeah,
Good guys.
oh yeah.
Smash it.
Smash.
If all writing duos are just basically secretly hive minds.
Well, I think if you're working that together that much and that long, you have to like each other. Otherwise, it's not going to work. YouTube, Patreon. Please subscribe to the Patreon. Again, we don't have rich fancy uncles leaving us stuff. So yes, paying for this out of our own pocket.
I don't know. Let's go dig through the grave and find out.
What do we do? Dig up Fredo? Hey-oh. That's my bird. Yes, kids. So yeah, Patreon. Get early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with Mr. DG Chichester.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And superhero movie brackets because Mrs. Fear over there loves pain. So, the July
And it's going to be featuring poor Will Allred got drug into this.
That's right. July will be Halle Berry's Catwoman versus Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
And I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
With special guest Mr. Will Allred because Little Hellfire feeds on man pain. Oh my God, Charlie was trying to do drops last night. He was like, yes, the next episode will be Catwoman, or I know he said Green Lantern first Black Cat. And I'm like, oh my God, is he tired or drunk? So get all that on the Patreon, or pick yourself up some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right, let's Hellfire. If anyone wants to get gassed by you, where can they get a hold of you?
Oh no, I don't. Only consensual. If you guys want to hang out with me on the interwebs, find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire6, and of course on TikTok at Lilith Hellfire69. Your comment could be next.
Put it here. I'm going to the hole on principle. Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
Oh boy. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. In 1 week, we start the She-Hulk. I wonder why. And again, three episodes of She-Hulk, a sausage fest, and then Dr. Otto Esser arrives. All right, kids. But until then, swing on back. Downtown.